Good morning. This is Oliver W. Longstory with the Abolition News Network, December 21st, 1860. South Carolina has just seceded from the Union, and we are fortunate to have a woman to speak for, as she calls it, the ruling class of the South. Welcome, Mrs. Louisa McCord.
Thank you.
Now, first I'd like to bring up this term that you use, the ruling class. Our northern viewers are not familiar with this term. Could you explain to us what that is?
To answer your question, I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, in the upper slave society class. My father was a planter and president of the Bank of the U.S. As a member of the slave-holding elite, I took my place in society as a lady, wife, and mother.
Okay, well, I understand that you are bred for this role?
Yes. The polite lady is always condescending and gracious to those below her. Politeness and graciousness are the mark of a well-bred lady and cast a charm over all other accomplishments.
I've never heard so much.
Now, if there is a civil war, which looks like might possibly be on the horizon, is there any possibility that your type of civilization might crumble?
Mr. Longstory, that is something I refuse to accept. We women regard ourselves, along with our men and our heirs, as guardians of a great white Christian civilization.
I have something to say. You said several times that you're from the ruling class of South Carolina in a slaveholding society, but your title is not mentioned anywhere in the U.S. Constitution or the Bill of Rights. In fact, James Madison in the Federalist paper in '84, in his own words, "No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, etc., or grant any title of nobility." And the U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8, "No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States." So there.
I have never heard such insulting words. I read Shakespeare and Greek and Latin while common people were reading revolutionary literature in order to incite rebellions and other such unladylike behaviours. Miss Flume, what position do you hold at this station?
I am head receptionist here at A.N.N.
Honey, you are not a member of the ruling class. You are a member of the labouring class.
That's right. And if the ruling class is anything like you, then I don't want to be a part of it. In fact, since you like ruling so much, why don't you try ruling over these? Oh, here. And you can rule over me with that.
Okay, Ms. Plum, I think you've made your point. The ruling class and titles are out by our founders, and I think that's more than enough Southern philosophy for our viewers to swallow.